Thank you, Atheus, Humont, and Romain. PGL here with Ginny, Finn, and Caps. You know, Romain said you guys can relax now. What happened to the finals?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that because we already tried that strategy last split.
Didn't really work.
So I was thinking we'd go for more for like we keep grinding and stuff. But I guess if our manager says that we have to chill, then
he's the manager.
I mean, it's paying off right now because during the regular split it was a little wonky, but you guys are like coming back. This is G2 in peak form in playoffs. You're also playing incredibly well. So you got the Kia player of the series. Surprise! Yeah, happy about that?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think this whole year we have been having some tough situations, like getting used to each other. But I would say like 2 or 3 weeks ago, we kind of identified like a big challenge for us and like why it was we were doing so many different things. And since then we've just been working on getting on the same page, making sure we're doing the same things, and it's really paying off. Like we didn't show it entirely in regular season, but we were getting a little bit better, and now like I feel very confident in our gameplay. It doesn't feel like like before it was maybe if we get like very far ahead in lanes and if we're just like getting ahead like slowly but surely. But now I feel confident taking like every fight with wherever we go, and I think. Huge shout out to all of my team. I think we worked really hard because it wasn't easy for us, but we have managed to get better. And of course, there's still like one more win to go, despite what Romain says.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing for me this series was that I feel like Scumon and Labro were always playing together the entire series. They were really, really on point this series. And I wonder, how do you help them as a mid laner to kind of find themselves? Because you played with so many different support jungles, from jungles, Mickey, all those like really good players. How can you kind of help them go to that level of those players?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, like big shout out to both of them. I think they've been working super hard, right? We've been watching so many VODs. We've been talking a lot. Even like when we had our series against Fnatic, what is it called? Me, Scumont, and Labro had like a very big talk afterwards as well. Anyway, and we still had so much to improve because obviously that series wasn't great from us. And I think they're finding great times to sync up. They're finding great times to cover on the map. They're also finding plays all over the map, especially the Blitzcrank the last game.
I mean, that is a Labro classic, yeah. He's the goat of that champion.
Yeah, it was hard for them to play on that one.
You've mentioned specifically that you found like a really big pain point a couple of weeks ago and you've been focusing on that. And we can really see that in terms of like how your match history has gone. I mean, I'm sure I don't have to remind you of it because you were in those games. But when it comes to fixing those things, is that more something that you do specifically in scrims as a team? I guess, Finn, you can also answer this one. Or is it more like things that you do outside the games, like doing activities together? Like what would you say has helped G2 pinpoint it and then fix it?
I mean, I think definitely scrims were a big part and stage games were a big part. But the biggest thing we had was just like, I think it was the 3rd of May. I remember the date. It was like
in your calendar, like
yeah, the 3rd of May was the game changer for us for sure. Because I think we had like a big talk after that. We were very unhappy. I was also very unhappy with a lot of like how we were playing the game because it just didn't feel like we were playing like a team. We were just playing solo queue, right? And all of us were like a very good players. I have a lot of faith in everyone, but it felt like we were just playing our own game, you know? And I think after that, we started realizing, okay, maybe we actually need to make sure we do similar stuff. And after that, week after week, just trying to get on the same page. If someone wants to do something, let's go for it. Play with more confidence. We're confident taking every fight, you know? It's before that we were just like, oh, they're here, maybe we don't fight, but now we just go for it.
Yeah, I remember when I was a pro and we had those weeks that were like, feel like nothing is working. I remember especially in Excel 2022, it was Mickey actually that brought it from Perks. This was his idea, that after every single scrim day, we would sit together, only the 5 players, and just watch the scrims from the previous day. We would just go over the entire games again and we say like, without the emotional factor of the previous day, because after scrims you can be a bit heated sometimes. It's very invested emotionally. But we were just always watching those games together and then just kind of discussing of like, what is the correct thing to do on the map objectively? Like, what should we be doing here? Not what did we do? Is this something you're doing as well? Have you ever like these team-wide reviews?
Yeah, I think we've definitely been doing that, and obviously our staff has been doing an amazing job of like and guiding us and leading the way. But I think sometimes, like us as the players, are a bit too hesitant to like speak up. And I think situations like this where we can really just super dive into the game, we don't have to care about like we're about to play another scrim as well, because there's a lot of time restraints usually when you review scrims, and when we take an hour, we take 2 hours to just like really dive deep. What is going wrong in these games? Like, what do we need to actually improve on? And I think that helped us a bunch.
So for you individually, because you mentioned it as well, that you're feeling a lot more confident, we're also seeing it, like you have been really confident, you're going for engages, you're going for a lot of these roams. What was it for you individually that made you realize, okay, this is what I need to do to actually go back to like Cap's peak?
Yeah, I mean, I think I meant so much of it is the team aspect, to be honest, because I think I am making sure that I sound more confident. I think sometimes just how I speak as a person, I can speak like a bit like hesitant or a lot of like maybes and stuff like this. And I've just been trying to like really make it seem clear that if I want to do something, we should go for it, because I think that brought a lot of hesitation. And I was now saying it again, but basically just making sure we go straight to the point. And whenever we play with confidence, like I think we are very good. So.
Good enough to qualify to MSI. The first team actually that we have qualified for MSI is you guys from G2. So again, congratulations
Thank you.
that. When you're looking at the international, I know Romain said like take it easy, but you still have the finals. When you're looking at the bracket and the way that it played out, you guys were the lower seed going up against Fnatic. MKOI was the lower seed going up against KC. Was this expected from your end?
Yeah, I mean, definitely the lower seed has a lot of strength. Like we were also lower seed today as well. So the lower seed definitely has a lot of strength. And we will have to be a bit careful in the final, because now we will be like the side selection team. We will be coming in from the upper bracket. But like also jokes aside, I mean, I think regular season can always be a bit volatile. I think especially the spring split format where it's like 9 games. There was almost like a 5-way tiebreaker where like 2 or 3 people will make it out. So it was just a very volatile schedule. And I think at the end of the day, who wins playoffs is the champion, right?
that is literally true. It's the champion. Now, while we're at MSI, because this is going to be your 6th MSI. You've been to this tournament so many times, even won it one time. If we exclude the one that you won, because I assume that would be the answer, which is your most memorable MSI, and what is one memory you have from an MSI that you really like keep with you, if you have one?
I mean, it's hard to say actually, because I feel like all of them have like brought so much impact on me. I think. Yeah, I mean, I think season 8 was great. I think season 10, I guess it got cancelled. Season 12 was
that
nice
was with
as well.
G2, yeah.
I think probably my favorite one, or like most memorable one, is like season 13 actually. Just because going into that MSI, we had just lost against Mad. Actually, it was a bit of a unique position where we came as like the 3rd or 4th seed, I think, but we still made it. Don't ask me as the format. But basically, we were going to that tournament and we were just getting destroyed by all the LPL teams, all the LCK teams. We were losing to the EU teams beforehand, right? But everyone put in so much work. As you were talking about earlier, we were reviewing games every single day. We were spamming like the solo queue, spamming scrims. We were doing like extra blocks. We were doing so much to improve. And the level we reached at MSI was like way higher than the level we came into. And going back to summer, it felt like very easy to play in Europe. And it's just whenever you have this like huge level up where everyone really puts in the effort, and it's like there's not a single guy who's holding something back or is like maybe not super focused, but we were all just really devoted to becoming the best we could. It was still not enough to win that MSI, but it was enough to really improve.
Yeah.
And I feel like this iteration of G2, you guys are not, scared of putting in the effort. So looking forward to see how that's going to be playing out in summer this year as well. We still have a couple more games, before we get to your opponent in the final. So if you can take a quick look at the bracket. From the teams that are on there, who would you like to face in the finals? And why is it KC?
No, I mean, for sure KC would be fun to play against. I guess we didn't actually get to play against them yet this playoffs, and considering they beat us both in like the regular season and also last final, they were a team that I really wanted to play against today even. So I think going up against KC would be very fun. Obviously playing against Fnatic would also just be super fun, and Mickey, right? Like I think I would be very happy with any of those matchups. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm happy playing against everyone, but Fnatic and KC, I think, are the teams that I'm hoping will go with us to MSI.
Considering the lowest seed has been winning, Finn, do you think we're going to have a GX Heretics?
I mean, maybe it is the European Shine, European Seka, or whoever it was. I don't remember what we said about the TH solo laners, but I mean, it's exciting to see this lower round because both GX and the Heretics are coming in as massive underdogs. Like, everyone kind of knows that there's a clear top 4 in Europe right now, but that can also bring you so much strength coming in with no expectations on top of yourself. Both GX and the Heretics has the chance to really go far if, like, they make some miracle happen.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, also for sure, because they also haven't played yet, so they can get to see like actually both Fnatic and KC play. So maybe they come in with some cheese picks.
Yeah, they get to see one game from Fnatic. Wow. Anyways, that's all from us over here. Thank you, Caps, and once again, congratulations.
Thank you for having me.
That's all from us. We're going to be seeing you again on Saturday. Games are going to be starting at 5 p.m. CST, so make sure you tune in. Same time, same place. Some more bangers, Fearless Draft, Best of 5. Maybe GX and Heretics actually continue the EU curse, maybe not. But either way, we're going to be find out who's going to be breaking into the top 4 next weekend, so make sure you stick around and take care until then.
Jojo, his force low, 200 HP, has to flash, but Jojo's just dead. You knew LeBron was there!
Slowly. I'm so strong. I'll chase. I'll flash, I think. I'll flash. Wait, let's go. Good job, guys. If you defend this game, okay? Really good, guys, really good. I'm ulting. Get over the chase. Senna going. I'm looking hard. Nice. Fucking good. You're good, guys. And then it's lagging. Gonna burn me. Nice, GG. Good job. Merci, guys.
Guys, they are so happy. They win. They feel the Messiah.
They don't think they can win versus because they're celebrating.
The damage to follow up, and BB has the help. Unstoppable on sort of immediately in. Jojo does still have the flash here, but doesn't burn it early. Aaron's pursuit there for the follow-up. Jojo slides his way away, but the chase continues from Skuma.
Nice, slowly. Oh my god, I love how I almost cried. I was looking to kill this side, guys. Chill out, let's focus here. Go. I look. You have lava, you. Alice out. I go for the mid wait.
Rocket punch, rocket grab, unsummer. We talk about adoration. He looks for the whirling death. He gets it. 700 gold alongside the kill into his pocket. Make it a double.
Let's go, baby. There's all, baby.
Let's go.
Hans, dodge this.
Draven. The